Caspa family, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. Let's take a look at what's happening with Caspa. I'm going to share some technical analysis with you guys on the price of Caspa. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Your bell icon is on so you're notified every time we upload. Looking across the board, as we are starting off a brand new week, we are starting off on a little bit of a negative note. As you can see across the board, sea of red for a lot of coins. Caspa down about 8.3%. Over the last 1 hour, though, seen a little bit of a bounce, but again, you want to be paying very close attention to Bitcoin right now. As far as the price of Caspa is concerned, 4.9 cents, down 6.3% on the Bitcoin side of things. Valuation 1.3 billion, and the 24-hour trading volume is sitting at about $40.2 million. As always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in crypto. So we're going to give Bitcoin dominance a refresh live to really see, where we're currently sitting as far as the dominance is concerned. And you can see for yourself 60.23% for the dominance. We actually wicked up to 60.3%, an hour, I'm sorry, a few minutes back. But since then, we've seen a little bit of a downside. But again, dominance is starting to show a lot of strength. It was already showing strength, to be quite frank with you, something obviously we've been emphasizing on this channel. It was pretty much on the verge of breaking 60% several different times. This time around, we broke out and we're actually retesting levels we haven't seen since October 12th. With that being said, Bitcoin, on the other hand, you can see for yourself, Bitcoin actually dropped below the 23.6, came down to a $107,000 price point. The $107,000 price point, as we know, is not a new level on this channel. We've discussed this quite some time. And as of now, that has played as support for us. We've seen a little bit of a bounce from the 107,000. You can see we're sitting at about $107,600 for Bitcoin as we're recording this update. But what you want to see right now, Bitcoin do, is get back in the 23.6 as soon as possible. Very, very, very important, because if it's unable to do that, now believe it or not, these levels, obviously the October 17th level even is on the table still. It's not something unrealistic at this point, because again, if you want to put this into perspective, that's only a move of about 3.65%. So could we really see this seeing a double bottom before we start heading towards the upside, or potentially even filling the wick on October 10th? Of course, level that we've been well aware of on this channel. So again, we'll see what happens. But again, Bitcoin needs to get back into 23.6. It just doesn't make sense what's happening with Bitcoin. Again, in terms of liquidations, we've seen major liquidations occurring over the last few hours based off of this retracement that we have seen. But as far as Caspa's price is concerned, of course, it's going to react to this move. Again, you're going to only be able to take a look at it on an hourly perspective to give you guys a little bit of a better understanding as to what's really going on. So let me pull the charts up again for you guys so you guys can get a little bit of a better understanding as to what's really going on here. Let's give it a refresh live. Caspa. There we go. So take a look at what's going on. So remember, we talked about how Caspa's price was able to retest that 6 cents price point. Since then, it's just been nothing but downward trajectory. And we're on our way to head back down to where we were on October 23rd. We came very close to it. I would at this point say we've already retested that key range. And at this point, we're well aware of that key support line, something that has played as a support several different times. The Caspa's price is one of the projects that still did not actually end up retesting, the October 10th low. Again, on this exchange, of course, someone that we're, analyzing, I think it's the which chart is this? It's the MEXC exchange that I'm using for technical analysis purposes. But you can see in terms of it filling that wick from October 10th, that's only about a 3.7% move. Are we about to see that happen this time around? Since then, it has not happened. We've come close to it, but just above that key range, which is very impressive in my opinion. But again, this move that we did see for Caspa, that was quite an impressive move. Again, if you want to put this into perspective, a 27% gain, but you can see that has pretty much been wiped out completely. If you bought in around here, and again, at this point, you probably round trip back down because of what's happening with Bitcoin and what's happening with the dominance. Dominance has been all over the place, and it hasn't been able to give altcoins a good time. Altcoins have not felt love pretty much since, I would say, June. Or early this year. Pretty much that's it. Since then, it's been very, very slow, and we can clearly see how much altcoins are being impacted, because you could see things were starting to get exciting, but then as soon as Bitcoin decides to take a hit, you are going to see everything reacting. And this is why we talk about Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis. Caspa pretty much making its way back down to this key range. So as of now, obviously we have built up some support around this key range, which of course is playing as a support for us as of now. We don't really want to lose this support. We want to see a bounce maybe up to the 5.2 cents price point, and then start heading up to this 5.5 cents mark. But again, it's not going to happen until Bitcoin stabilizes itself. Bitcoin needs to get back into 23.6. If it's unable to do that, I do personally believe we could see some more downside for Caspa, obviously, along with other coins across the board as well. Right now, this support very, very significant. Obviously, if it does not hold, we could revisit 4.4 cents mark. And again, if you want to put that into perspective, that itself is a move of about 10% from where we currently are. Again, I'll keep you guys covered. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hopefully, Bitcoin is able to rebound quick. If not, that's something I want you guys to be looking out for. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll see you later from Crypto ZX, and peace.